Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Businessman among two shot to dead at illegal party in St. James. Ahead of the ongoing no movement period nationally, criminal elements continue with bloodshed in St. James, with two men being shot to dead and a female injured when gunmen invaded an illegal party on Friday night. The police said one of the deceased remained unidentified, this while the other has been identified as 36-year-old businessman Keon Thompson of Bogue Hill in the parish. According to the Corporate Communications Unit, the communications arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, about 11:20 p.m., a party was in full swing in front of a bar in Bogue Hill when gunmen pounced on a group of partygoers and opened fire. After the shooting subsided, 3 persons were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital, where Thompson and the unidentified man were pronounced dead, and the other individual was treated and released. No motive has yet been established for the deadly attack. According to the statistics from the JCF, there were 104 murders recorded in the parish for the period January 1 to August 21, 2021, an increase of 40.5% when compared to the corresponding period last year. However, St. James is not the leading geographical police division in terms of homicides so far this year. Desmond McKenzie says government not sorry for opening entertainment sector, stressing that a recent decision by the government to relax some COVID-19 restrictions was not solely based on the entertainment sector. Local government minister Desmond McKenzie says the administration is not sorry for the move.
The entertainment sector alone has not contributed. Every facet of the nation. You go into the public passenger transport, you go on the street, you see they no observing of the people. The government can't regret opening the entertainment sector because some of the same persons who are critical of the government, the media, persons have been saying that this sector needs to get some need. Everybody. So, it is all right now that we have a problem. Everybody is blaming government. But the government took a position. We listened. We met with these people. We got petition. Everybody said, work on the sector, work on the sector. These persons need a break on the issue. But we didn't declare that if there is anything that to suggest that there is a movement, and the movement and the decision that we took was not predicated on entertainment alone. Okay? You go to funerals. The protocols aren't being observed in many funerals. So, it is not fair, and the government will never say that the entertainment sector alone, although they contributed, as just about everybody contributed, those who were not observing the thing. And nobody's not going to put the government in a position to make enemies with any sector or the country. We're not up to that. And we're going to dismiss it as the mystery. And for those who continue to spread that false narrative, go back and read some of their comments. Even in Parliament when they get up and they talk about, our community can't live like this because the people need some breathing, they need space. The government responds. We're not a draconian government. So the government is not sorry because we did nothing wrong. We listened and we took decisions based on consult.
A nurse's agony. Struggling patient gets oxygen only after another dies. A nurse at a major hospital in Jamaica has detailed a somber Saturday night treating a COVID-19 patient battling for life amid a shortage of medical oxygen. She reported that her patient almost passed away but was saved only after another died and she got the oxygen the deceased left behind. How things going on with the lack of beds and oxygen? We basically just have to wait until someone dies to get the bed or the oxygen for another patient, she said. The nurse is not permitted to speak to the media, and so her identity and hospital cannot be disclosed. She said at the facility, Every ward is now accommodating COVID patients. Everybody mix up, positive, negative, and suspected. Pray to God, no one for you gets admitted now because it is spreading on the wards too, she said. Jamaica has been facing a chronic shortage of oxygen since Friday, with many public facilities either very low or entirely out of supplies. IGL Jamaica, only medical oxygen producer, has said its production is at maximum capacity, but demand is outstripping supply. In the meantime, COVID patients requiring oxygen continues to climb. The health minister has said, where possible, hospital administrators are moving around oxygen cylinders from one facility to another. Meanwhile, bed spaces remain exhausted at some hospitals. At the Mandeville Regional Hospital, for example, patients are being accommodated on mattresses on the floor in a section of the facility where clinics are usually held. 1 millionth passenger to travel to Jamaica in 1 year. The tourism minister says the milestone achieved is significant as since reopening on June 15, 2020, Jamaica has generated over $1.5 billion in foreign exchange earning.
Today is a milestone achievement in the tourism annals. Never before, within a year and a month, have we ever had 1 million stopover visitors coming to our country. As a matter of fact, when we accumulate stopover and cruise, the record is still there because it took us close to 20 years of recording numbers to reach the first million of both cruise and stopover. And all of you recall that on March 20, 2020, 0 tourist arrivals came into Jamaica from both cruise and stopover. 0 earnings for the trip. And so the achievement of this million visitors means that we now have generated, since the opening on the 15th of June 2020, a little over 1.5 billion US dollars of foreign exchange earnings. We've been able to bring back the workers. It is to be recalled that when we closed the borders, we sent nearly 130,000 workers either on furlough or laid off completely, or were having a day a week or so. And since we have returned, over 50,000 workers have come back to work in the tourism sector, that's the accommodation sector and its immediately related areas. I'm not stealing Mr. Sean's thunder, but this very airport that went from 7,000 workers to a mere skeletal staff was able to report 5,000 additional workers coming back since the period. So the 1 million visitors have also meant that our agricultural sector has been able to respond and to produce. Our manufacturing sector in a similar way, energy, water, and the various other services. And I listened with pride and read with great joy our finance minister reporting on the performance of the economy in the first quarter of this year, where we were able to reverse a negative position, which was in double digits, to be looking at the possibility of a 79% increase in growth, which would be unprecedented in many, 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 many decades. So when we examine what has tourism done for that, and that's what also gives me a sense of pride today, that in this quarter, the quarter under review, tourism increased by 5,000% in arrivals, and our earnings increased by 3,900%. So we have no doubt as to the impact of tourism on the economic recovery program and the numbers that were announced today. I want to pay tribute to the sector, to the workers, all of you who have come out and done so well to get this record, to the airports, to the management and the staff of the airport, to our travel agents, partners, our booking engines of whatever nature they are, even those that are outside of the shores of Jamaica. The JTB, the JHTA, ground transportation, the JUT and the JCAL, all of the partners who have together helped us to manage in the way we have, but more so have maintained the strong Jamaican tradition, the high level of service, and what I call the service beyond expectation, which is the service from the heart, that have made people want to come to Jamaica and have made Jamaica achieve a historic feat today of having 1 million stopover visitors within a year and 1 month.
Several Clarendon roads damaged by floodwaters. Philip Henriquez, Member of Parliament for Clarendon Northwestern, speaks of the damage across the constituency due to heavy rains associated with Tropical Storm Ida.
We have a whole series of landslides, partially blocking the road, completely blocking the road. We've lost a lot of pieces of road that are broken away. Let's just start with Thompson Town to begin with. The Blackwoods Road over here has about half of the road has collapsed, and that is a very serious problem. The water pipe is now at risk and so forth, so we have to be cognizant of that. Going further up from Thompson Town now into Victoria, Gloucester before Victoria, we still have that huge breakaway that we had from the storm and stuff back in October last year. That is in the process of being designed and bid so that we can get that repaired as well. But that is still there. We lost some of that as well. A little more of it disappeared. So if we go up again, up right in the Sunbury area, we have about 2 landslides blocking us going through from Victoria into Sunbury up into Belcarriage, Sheffield into Belcarriage. And then we have countless problems over on the Spalding to Bay Valley Road. We have like about 6 or 8 complete blockages. Where the road is being torn up. We have blockages between Tweedside going over to Alston. We have blockages top Alston going up from Botmouth and up to Silent Hill. We have 2 blockages in Silent Hill and Gavin Hill. We have multiple blockages over in Moravia coming down to Waller's Run. And when we get into Frankfield, the 9 Turns Road was blocked in 2 locations. We have a whole lot of problems. We have Grantham, the main road coming between Spalding and Frankfield. The whole Grantham main road there was just a riverbed. The river just took the main road, and that's scoured clean almost. So I could go on with quite a lot more, but we are in serious problems when it comes to our road network, and mostly also electricity. We keep losing electricity very easily in many of the Alston areas, right across. I'll call many more, but we are suffering from a big problem. Even from last week, the week before with the first storm break, some people haven't even got back their light or just got it back for 1 day and bam, it's gone again. So I know the JPS is working very hard to get those repaired, and we're very grateful for the work that they're doing, and they also the National Works Agency, who are giving us the clearances to go ahead and open up some of these roads. So we only have 1 or 2 areas that are completely blocked off still, and by this afternoon they should be clear.
All right, what about Smithville? We understand that those residents were marooned. Any update on those people?
They are marooned. We are in process right here trying to get through to them, but they are still blocked in for now. When we clear this blockage here, we're going to continue to move down and clear the other blockages further down. Councillor Henry and myself working together on it, and we are going to hopefully get through to Smithville in another couple hours and clear up that. But we also have tremendous blockages in Coffee Peace and we have to be trying to get to Copy Beach this afternoon as well to get that opened up. So we have some care packages, and the Ministry of Labour has very kindly given us some more packages. So Council and I put together, and we're both going to be going in there to try and help as many people as we can, because we know they haven't been able to get out, a lot of them, to go shopping and stuff. So we're just want to let them know we're on that. We're on it.
From the rain start for about 3 days, and all these never come down. All these come down. And we're trying to do some clearing, get out the bamboo out of the way. That's when the tractor come and clean it up. Right across here. Right. And this is the main road from Maypen, Copper, Stamford, leading to Smithville, Frankfield.
And even right here behind us, you can see the Devil's Gully, where the waterfall is beautiful, but the point is there's only one way for this thing to get down the river, it's right across the road. There's no piping underneath or any drain or whatever. So the minute that comes down, it just naturally crosses the road. So this is going to be, especially at this spot, this is a constant problem. This has been going on since I've been MP, for sure, before as well, but certainly at least 2 or 3 times since I've been a member of parliament here for this year. So it is just something we have to work with and keep working with the National Works Agency, and as best as we can get them repaired and fixed up, we will do that.
As far as repairs, can you say about how much this will cost?
No, I wouldn't have that. All I can tell you is that it's extensive. I mean, it has to be well into the hundreds of millions of dollars, because the damage that is here is being assessed right now. But we have just about every single road, major roadway we have in this constituency, connecting Falling to Frankfield, Frankfield to Thompsontown, Thompsontown to Ridges, and Ridges back to almost every single main road. Forget the Harris Council roads, which are critical as well. But just in speaking about the main roads alone, every one of those are damaged and are, I would say, extensively damaged. So it's going to be a monumental cost financially. It's going to be very heavy.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.